Final Academy was kind of the first kind of cultural intifada. It was a great uprising of spiritual revolution and cultural revolution and literary revolution. And it was one of the first things to bring together the subversive aspects of popular music and beat generation figures such as John Giorno and Gyson and, of course, principally William Burroughs, in whose honour I think the whole thing was done. As far as I know, it was Burroughs' first reading in London, and certainly whether it was or not, it had a sensational effect and put him into a different ball game in his career. Some of the commentaries on this event this evening presented it as if we were trying to revive the spirit of the original Final Academy or something like that, but that would just be kind of nostalgic and therefore against the whole idea of the original event. And this is more a kind of a birthday party for the original one. How it came about was Matthew Levi Stevens was doing a book, Academy 23, and he asked me to contribute to it, and mentioned also that this, in addition to being the 30th anniversary of Final Academy, is the 20th anniversary of a show I did with Frank Wynne called The Here to Go Show, which was a celebration of more Gyson than Burroughs, but Burroughs and Gyson in Dublin in 1992. And out of that we got the idea that maybe it would be nice to do something in the Horse Hospital, and if 20 or 30 people showed up, it would be good. So that's what we're doing here this evening. I'm going to start off by reading a bit from a book I'm working on, a novel set in Tangier in 1956, which has Kerouac and Paul Bowles and William Burroughs as characters in it, but they're not the central characters. This short piece, on which hopefully I'm going to be accompanied by Andrea on the gamelan, hopefully. It's a scene where Jack Kerouac has just arrived in Tangier to help William Burroughs working on his novel Naked Lunch, and he's gone around to the Maneria Hotel in Tangier to get his own room and to visit with Bill. I lived in the Maneria Hotel in Tangier for about 5 months. It's a very beautiful hotel. Anyone who goes to Tangier, I recommend they stay there. You can get Jack Kerouac's room for about 17 quid a night, and it's a very, very, very nice room. You can't get Burroughs' room anymore. It's occupied by the proprietor of the hotel, but he will show it to you and let you take photographs of it, and it has a certain kind of seedy monk, mugwumpish kind of quality to it. It hasn't been changed. The rest of the hotel is kind of kept nicely up to date, but that room looks kind of much like it did in the 50s. Bill's room, Maneria Hotel, Tangier. Bill's place was more lived in than his own and not so big. It needed a good dusting, but there was a pleasant monkish side to it. A single bed, a wardrobe, a big sink with hot and cold taps. On a small deal table were an ancient Ingersoll clock and a 2-burner gas stove. There was a steel writing table with 3 pigeonholes stuffed full of diverse stuff. On the table was an Underwood Universal Portable Typewriter. A near identical machine, ribbonless and somewhat the worse for wear, lay on the ground. All over the floor there were sheets of paper of every size, shape and character. A handbill for an American touring company's production of Oedipus Rex from Teatro Cervantes, helpfully annotated by Bill with the word CIA. A smaller poster for a French vaudeville-style review in the same venue. Receipts from pharmaceuticals. A set of photographs printed at Studio Flash. Something in Arabic, typing paper, an invitation on embossed notepaper to a historical talk at the American legation, a copy of an old American Express receipt for $200, an invite to an art reception up in the Casbah. On every scrap of paper there was typing. The sheets of typing paper were covered on both sides. There were annotated Marlboro boxes and matchbooks. Many pages have been torn out of Western crime or science fiction novels. Most of the science fiction concerned humans gifted with special extrasensory powers. The Westerns and crime novels tended to be about the younger type of violent hoodlum, at odds with the accepted social order of things. Some bits of paper were covered with tiny drawings of Aztec-style man-beast figures, rough maps of street locales, or sentences, or phrases. The single-spaced typing was full of worrying but gripping detail. A paperback of Eric Andrews, a gift cotton for Demetrius, was open on Bill's pillow, with pages marked in various ways. Passages like chance was a nickname for providence, and the fact that one was a writer could be used to explain away the most curious extravagances were meticulously underlined. The only other things he had to throw off the bed in order to lie down there was a sword stick and a hat. handsome combat field jacket. The presence of the sword stick nudged Jack into having a quick look inside Bill's wardrobe, and as anticipated, it contained a small arsenal of shotguns, revolvers, knives and swords. Thank you.